So this time we requested all the MII CROs to come and talk to us. And as expected, वो बोले बॉस हम क्यों आए? दिवाली के दिन आपको हम compliance की बात क्यों करें? Regulations की बात क्यों करें? कमला तो डांट ही लगा दी. But having said that, we thought it will. बोले MI के MDs and CEOs को तो हम सब हाय बोलते रहते हैं, but CROs भी अपनी जगह है, and उनके लिए एक बहुत ही विचित्र परिस्थिति है, because they are the balance, or the balance is the right word, between regulatory expectations and market realities. वो हैं जो जिनको दोनों लाइन संभालना पड़ता है, and it is not easy. And those of us who are members of the brokers ISF, हम भी आधे regulator तो हो चुके हैं, ठीक है? Looking at issues from regulatory point of view, पहले तो हमें ये चाहिए, हमें ये चाहिए, हमें ये चाहिए. But when you discuss, ये करने से ये होगा, now it is the other way around. Now we are trying to convince ourselves, ये चाहिए क्या? So lots of things are happening, but I thought when we discussed, when we gave this idea in the Brokers Forum board, everybody liked the idea. So we are having this experiment this time. So we'll have all CROs, we'll have a small panel discussions, slightly candid, very serious people in a little humorous mode, if I may dare. And then after that, we'll request WTM to Mr. Vashni ji to give his thoughts. And all the CRs will be very careful कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, WTM सुन रहे हैं, but let's see how it works. And I request all the panelists to kindly join me on the stage. Kamla ma'am, Renu ma'am, Kavita ji, Seema, Anita ji, Amit, Ramesh ji, Meena, Yash. This is my first experience as a moderator at a panel in India. So bear with me, मैं सीख रहा हूँ. All right, no penalty. So today is the day for regulatory jokes. So in fact, one of the CROs said कि मैं festive greetings क्या करूँ? कि all the best in the season. I hope आपके सारे compliance uploads error free हो. So lots of interesting aspects coming from everywhere, but I'll move straight to the panel. We have an interesting lineup. So first question for Kamla ma'am. Kamla ma'am, you were with the stock exchanges, then you moved to industry, then to stock exchanges. An interesting, amazing career spanning so many roles. So I think the question I would like to ask you is, if you look at intermediaries as a community, as a group of people, have you seen any significant mindset change? Mindset, behavior तो change होता रहता है, but mindset change that hits you कि हाँ भाई ये बदला है, and for the good or the bad or the ugly, for whatever.
Good evening to everyone. Wish you all a very, very happy Deepavali to begin with. And Uttam, I thought you remembered our younger days and thought Diwali means both light and sound. I thought these days kids get trained not to burn crackers and make noise, but you chose the traditional one. So that is why you wanted to have compliance as a session for Diwali celebration is what I think. Anyway, for the question that you are asking is very interesting. Have we seen any mindset change? My journey with capital market began when most of the member brokers were individuals running the show. They didn't know how to operate computers, so starting to learn how to operate a computer and then grow up into corporate world, then work on the corporate governance side, make your board broad-based. Then, business and compliance were two sides of the same coin. There was no segregation as such. But to let go of what you're holding on is not going to be easy. For a proprietor to think that some external person will come and manage my compliance and run my show, itself is a big mindset change. What I always appreciated about our market participants and broking community in particular were, though they crib at every change that comes, they adapt very well, they navigate very well, and they adjust. I was joking with Anup just now. This relationship between business and compliance is like husband and wife. You may crib to the core, but nevertheless you will adjust and move on and enjoy your life. I think I've seen significant change in mindset.
Yes. Thank you, Kamala. Thank you so much. थोड़ी तारीफ वाली बात है, बजा सकते हैं तालियां, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But anyway, same question for you, Renu. If you could give your, again, you have a very long career handling us, so.
Yeah, thank you, Sherpa ji. So to start with, I said Sherpa ji because he's now known as Sherpa. So first of all, good evening, everyone, and wish you all a very, very, very happy Diwali. And Kamala ji already had begun with husband and wife relationship. So I will tell you, I have seen this shift because I am also in this market since long, more than 25 years of career. And you know, people have grown from which stage? In my early age in NSE itself, when initially the online trading platform was actually introduced, all of you know it began with NSE. So we used to get help desk calls. And every time people will ask, I'm not able to log in, I'm not able to log in. So our team said once, you come out from the window. And you know the one answer which came, do you know which floor I am? I am at 11th floor. How can I come out from the window? And today, all of you have actually taught us how to build strategies, how to grow any derivative segment, or it is any other product in this market. But again, when I talk about change of the mindset of intermediaries, when we talk about regulatory expectations, I would say, you all know, in fact, we all know that SEBI is always working towards development of this market. And while we are looking at development, we also look at that investor safety is first, and then orderly market is first. But what significant shift I have seen in the intermediaries' mindset is evident from just latest last 1.5 years only. If you really see, when upstreaming episode happened and a circular was issued, and brokers tried to implement it. It's not that they came running objection, no, they tried implementing it. But when they find it difficult that we can't implement this, the framework is not easy to implement, they ran to SEBI. And they said, look, we are not opposing the circular. We are with the circular because we want investor safety. We want entire funds to be upstreamed, but we want framework to be revised. It is not that we are compromising on the objective. We want only easy to implement. And I think that was achieved. And where ISF was born, I think we should give a round of applause for ISF, I think, because it is giving good outcome till now. We have been working hard. I think all the members, associations, Sherpa, and representatives from QSBs, other brokers as well. So this was one, and in fact, I remember SEBI chairperson that time said, ठीक है, ये सब लोग यहाँ आए हैं, अभी baby has born, give it to Yashoda. So it was given to Yashoda, and I think it's being handled well. And another episode I would quote, just one more evident. When we were discussing about, which is yet to be implemented, direct payout of securities. And it's not a recent discussion, it was 9 months ago. And when this discussion came in, I remember Uttam said, अरे ये है नहीं अभी, नहीं है तो कल से कर दीजिए. So this kind of an interest and determination and thinking, yes, we have to do all these things for the betterment of market. I think it's a change, and we need to actually work towards this. Because this, if I say, we were all working towards framing the new regulations, whether it is MII or SEBI, but brokers were not parting in the discussion. It was issued, then we used to issue FAQ based on the questions they were asking. But I feel today we are deliberating much in advance so that it is easy to implement, and objective is to have safe markets.
Thank you so much. अब स्ट्रीमिंग में याद है सबको 6:30 बजे बैठते थे, अरे पैसा आ गया ट्रांसफर कर अपलोड कर. इट यूज टू बी क्वाइट अ इवेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. In fact, just on a joke, on a lighter vein, when we were discussing what should be the cutoff time for upstreaming, so, sir, we said, what is the normal working hours of any office in India? And 1 hour before that, that should be the cutoff time. So how do you determine it? हम बोले सेबी का क्लोजिंग टाइम क्या है? तो बोले 5:30, तो हम 4:30 5 कुछ कर लेते हैं. तो किसी ने बोला कि यदि सेबी 9 बजे तक खुले तो बोले तब हम भी 8 बजे तक बैठेंगे. बट वहाँ पक्का म्यूटी नहीं हो जाता जैसे हमारे यहाँ हो गया था. Anyways, that's on a, there are many things that happened in while we discussed, so there's some humor there. Moving to commodity exchanges, Ramesh, I'll just come to you last. Kavita and Seema, this is a joint question for both. So, एक होता है intermediary maturity. So many of us are securities brokers from a long time. And there's another set of pure commodity brokers, if you would say, and many securities brokers also do commodity. So, just to get a perspective, do you think passage of time as wine becomes better with age, would you say the securities brokers' behavior towards compliance, towards regulation, towards changes is significantly different or slightly different from pure commodity players, or it's really not the case? What do you think? That's a little loaded question, but I thought, any one of you in any sequence you want.
So, I think there was a lot of, many years back, there was a lot of disparity between the equities side regulations and the commodity side regulations. As of now, we are working towards a lot of uniformization. So, the attitudes in terms of behavior in terms of compliance is now almost everybody is making every effort to comply. A marked difference that I can say is not from that aspect, but in the way they approach the regulatory framework and their advocacy initiatives. What I understand from my understanding of the tenure here is that while equities come commodities kind of brokers, they align with the equities space. So they take those changes in the commodities regulations much easily because they can sense that we want to be uniform. Those who are pure commodity players, their market and their business models are different because they try to benchmark themselves with international markets. A lot of the products are also, their price is very, very correlated to international markets. So the regulatory thing, they are very aware of the regulatory space in the international markets, say in LME or CME. So they look at the margining there, they look at a lot of practices there, and therefore they would like to align more with the international markets, and they want commodity exchanges to be price setters rather than price takers, that kind of approach. So they want the regulations to be that way. So I see in their ask, in their initiatives, this is a marked difference that I see.
Seema.
So as Kavita was speaking, I was thinking, see, you talked about equity and commodity markets having different levels of maturity. Interestingly, even within the commodity segment, the agri segment and the non-agri segment have very different nuances. So my answer is going to be very different from yours, right? The structures and the fundamentals of the commodity segment is very different from the equity segment. And if I speak for NCDX, which is basically in the agri space, my exclusive members, if I have to tell you what are their typical characteristics, they are the ones who are based out of tier 3 and beyond cities, right? They are the ones who who are connected with the rural markets where the agri-trade actually originates. In that sense, you know, they are the ones who connect the farmers to the futures, figuratively and literally both for us. One challenge that they face, Uttam, is, you know, the equity brokers have had the, for want of a better word, luxury of, you know, evolving with the growth in the regulations. However, the exclusive commodity market, and I speak specifically for my exclusive brokers, you know, they have to deal with the regulations which are designed for the mature equity markets, though they themselves are in a stage of infancy, and that is very harsh on them. And therefore, we see that those numbers are dwindling, and that's a major cause of concern. And I feel it is imperative that there is a proportionality approach that is adopted in regulations, wherein the size and the risk that the member brings becomes the base factor for deciding the intensity of application of these regulations. It is important that the, you know, regulatory strategies are so designed, I mean, you know, regulatory strategies are basically designed to ensure that markets are developing. However, if we don't pay attention to this proportionality bit, I'm very worried that these very regulations designed to develop the markets may throttle the resilience of these market participants, ironically and unintentionally. So you would see that NCDEX is always championing the cause of bringing in proportionality in regulations.
I think even equity brokers want proportionality. Yeah?
No, it's true. I think it's true for the smaller brokers in the
Yeah,
equity
yeah.
segment.
But that's probably the point of view I was wondering actually. One thing that we have done in BBF is a lot of educational training programs. कई बार है ना लोग बोलते हैं भाई ये कानून है मुझे करना क्या है यार देसी भाषा में समझा दे. And that's what we try to do and that really helps. More education for the intermediaries. We assume intermediaries तो बड़े smart हैं बड़े ये हैं वो हैं but उनमें भी काफ़ी कमजोरियाँ होती है. I think that is something. Now, okay, we spoke to stock exchanges, we spoke to commodity exchanges. Let's move to clearing corporations. So that's Anita and Amit. आपके ऊपर आएगा. Historically, आपका रोल था कि अब क्लियरिंग मेंबर्स को संभालो, पेन पे आउट संभालो, रिस्क मैनेजमेंट देख लो और वहाँ जाके कहानी खत्म. आज का दिन भी निकल गया, कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं हुई. रिस्क मैनेजमेंट फ्रॉम market risk, price risk, or those were the risks you are taking care of. But now, as we see in the last few years, a lot of client CM relationships in terms of money is coming under your purview. Segregation हम आपको कर रहे हैं, allocation आपके level में है. Suddenly, compliance of clearing members in terms of behavior or conduct is also coming under your domain. तो I'm sure, in fact, कई बार members बोलते हैं चलो NSE से बात करते हैं. नहीं NCL का issue है. तो चलो VSE से बात करते हैं. नहीं ICCL का issue है. तो ये बड़ा मज़ेदार हो गया. And again, जिस तरह हम as intermediaries mature हुए हैं. In fact, I must say 1993 में BBF was incorporated for the sole purpose of fighting a court case with SEBI in the Supreme Court for turnover fees matter, which we lost in 2001. And it took us a lot of time to, for some sense to be knocked in the head कि boss ये अपनी team में है. Alright, today because of, anyways, I'll speak about that. So clearing corporations is also changing. So of course we'll be asking for compliance help desk phone numbers from you. But having said that, your thoughts how clearing corporations are handling with or looking at these roles which have come to you, which historically was not a very big focus area. कि inspection क्या करना है बस पेन हो गया आज का दिन ठीक है. So some thoughts.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So good evening to all. और पहले तो दिवाली के लिए celebration है and thank you so much. हम सब यहाँ stage पर हैं, as Uttam said, unsung heroes and heroines. Okay, so yes, we are now in the forefront, and I think I'll just share. Probably all of us know it, but let me underline it. That 30-35 years back, at least when I was a young 20-something management trainee. Not that I'm not young now, I'm still young. Okay, but in fact, a lot of veterans of capital markets sitting here, both on the stage and in the audience listening to us. किसने सोचा था कि ऐसा कब टाइम आएगा in it, you know? that green transfer deed, bad delivery, defaults, signature mismatch और ये सब छोड़कर हम बहुत आगे आ जाएंगे. So we have come a long way and today we are the best in the world. So I think that is something which we all need to be very, very proud of, and yeah, the audience does agree. Okay? That apart, coming to your question, clearing corporations, how are we looking at change in the clearing members' behavior? You are absolutely right. Clearing corporations, as you said, clearing settlement करते थे, background में कहाँ रहते थे, शायद, back office of the other capital market intermediaries, silently providing services. And perhaps say that कहाँ पर playback singer थे, कि playback singing हो रही है और कहाँ hero heroine lip sync कर रहा है, वो तो कोई जानता भी नहीं था कि clearing corporation क्या कर रहे हैं. But here comes a change where the risk management function, that came to us, the robust system which had to be developed, that became the core function of the clearing corporation. Clearing settlement तो है ही, but वो आ गया फिर risk management. उसके बाद फिर बड़ा भयंकर चीज़ जो उस वक्त था इंटरऑप, किसने सोचा था कि वो भी हम कर पाएंगे. So that was one big thing, and in 2 months ago we were having another conference where we talked on interop. और वहाँ पर the panel had said about it was much more complex than what we talked about. T+1 में हुआ, T+0 में हुआ. Interop was much more complex. So that is something which again really hit the clearing corporation, and we had to live up to the expectations. फिर अभी उसके बाद जैसे आपने कहा कि client level segregation, बिल्कुल सही कि कहाँ पर हम सिर्फ अपने functions कर रहे थे, intermediaries को help कर रहे थे. अब हमें clearing member और उनके behavior, उनकी reporting को भी देखना पड़ रहा है. So that was a change for the clearing corporation, and of course with us, even to the clearing members, because the responsibility of having visibility, identifying right till the client level, the details so that client's money is safe. That big responsibility came to clearing corporation. So I think from being the playback singer, कहाँ हमें कहा गया कि you have to now become a stage performer. So that is where clearing corporations are. How did we do it? I think it's really one regulatory foresight, the regulations, the rules, the standard setup, then the technology which was deployed, because uske सिवा तो नहीं होता. Then of course, the cooperation from all the intermediaries, because uske सिवा तो काम नहीं बनता, unless we all are together. That was there. And of course, giving awareness, which we are even doing today. Like just few months ago, abhi 2-3 हमने webinars किए हैं, giving awareness so that clearing members, they are a part of the ecosystem with us. So they'll do well, we'll do well. So if we are able to bring them on board and take the market in stride with their sentiments, see that sanctity of market is maintained, and we keep doing it so that we are doing well, the clearing members doing well, CCs do well, the market does well. I hope I'll now give it to Amit maybe.
I think you've already covered a lot of grounds. So the way I look at it is initially the entire focus from intermediary side was on execution of trade on behalf of the client, etc. And clearing corporations were looked up as for doing pay-in, payout and settlement, etc. And the job is done. However, with these changes, there's one more layer of risk management that has been created. So the first layer is with the clearing corporation to look at collateral management and risk management for the entire market. And there is a second layer of risk management that has been delegated to the clearing members with respect to the activities of their client in terms of taking adequate collaterals, having those risk management practice at their end. So that has really was not by design, but it came as a small steps towards various directives that were issued. So if you can go back in time, September 2020, when this pledge repledge mechanism was really institutionalized, that's when people really got into it and looked at how collaterals are managed at their level, and then we will have complete visibility from the client to the clearing member and ultimately to the clearing corporation. So that created a new layer of risk management altogether. And one more significant development has happened in terms of T+1 reporting. So I think the entire regime has changed to reporting. So you will have the entire client ledger reported on a daily basis, which is used by the exchanges. T+5 used to be a report where members used to comment whether they have received adequate margin, etc. That has shifted to T-day, pre-trade itself. So you have allocation responsibilities and peak snapshots are carried out. So there's been a sea change with small regulatory changes. But these are new roles. The members or the intermediaries have already adapted very well. And as part of CC, our monitoring and supervision with respect to those activities has also increased. So that's the way things have evolved over a period of time.
Thank you. I quickly had a side chat with my chair. So that's, Rameshji, a few, something from your side on this.
But I have heard all the sides basically because all of us are here in the market for so long, so we know a lot of things. Only one take home I think I could share is that I think it's a very general kind of a thing, right? So one is we have gone through the market cycle, I mean market development at various points of time. Like, you know, I mean, at least I have gone through the, you know, on-floor trading days to this level at various stages. So one broader thing I can say is that products have the same nomenclature, some or the other. You know, basically, you know, they are tradable products which are given to the different exchanges, different kind of setups. But end of the day, the regulations also, you know, if you really look at the regulations, perhaps I think 75%, they have the basic regulations almost same because, you know, they are tradable products, irrespective of whether they are commodities, maybe you may slightly differ. But if you really analyze, the nomenclature is the same, product descriptions may be different, but they are all products which are available for trading. So comparing everything, there's a product available, there's a business opportunity, economy is growing, there'll be more products coming into the market, you know, which had not been the case earlier. We had only perhaps equity, we had only preference, you know, or now we are having a plethora of products. We are having number of products and the number of regulations. So there is nothing wrong with the regulations, or the force of the regulations rising, because in order to keep the balance, we need the regulations on one side. But at the same time, what would happen is that there will be more number of products coming in the future. There will be more number of regulations too. Is the right balance of these two things, and there has to be integration. And the need of the hour is basically the standardization, according to me. The standardization because there are multiple products and the multiple kind of enforcements happening. Perhaps I think there's a question of double jeopardy as we had always been speaking about. The members or the trading members or the constituents who do the trades, they should not be subjected to too many obstacles or the hardships. So there should be some manner, because ISF is a very good initiative according to me. But there should be some state. I think we are gradually reaching that particular stage where suppose there is one violation, I think the person is penalized only once, or higher level of standardization. How to do that, you know, subject to the rules, bylaws, regulations. That's a different evolving stage.
Thank you. When regulators say penalty kam lagao, to अच्छा लगता है.
So it's more a question of standardization. There should be a level playing field for all the people, all the products to develop. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. देखो ताली ज़्यादा बजी. Anyways, we'll move to a new set of questions. This is a very interesting one. Ki dear CROs and team members. Depositories बाकी है. Oh no. Actually, depositories से क्या पूछें? Because because we are agents of the depositories. Depository is responsible for everything that we do. तो डे वन से ऐसा हमें पकड़ के जकड़ के रखा है, ठीक है? हर साल इंस्पेक्शन करते हो, हर चीज़ चेक करते हो. उसके बाद आपने ये भी ऑफ मार्केट ट्रांसफ़र का पंगा था, उसमें भी OTP डाल दिया. रीज़न कोड, नंबर ऑफ मार्केट रीजन्स भी फिक्स हैं. कोई और नया रीज़न आ जाए तो सब हैरान कि ट्रांसफ़र करें तो कैसे. तो काफ़ी हद तक यू आर द मोस्ट I think relaxed thing, and it's a record keeping, right? Frankly, at least from DP point of view, I don't think we would have much complaints from depositories. But again, since the topic is intermediary behavior, I would really love to know from Meena and Yashji, what do you think in terms of DP intermediary behavior has been interesting, worth noting कि नहीं हम बहुत अच्छे हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Very happy Diwali to everyone. As Uttam has forgotten us that we exist. Same way brokers sometimes forget us that we do exist. Because the work is happening so seamlessly. So I'll pick up a spec from what Anita said, that transfer deed and certificate ke zamana. I also come from that era. That time we had never imagined that the world will be changing so much and so fast. That time the settlement used to happen in 30 days. The new generation here present won't even know that it used to take 30 days for settlement. Now we're talking of T+0 and it is happening, correct? So all this is actually the start of this happened with the depositories formation by SEBI. SEBI saw the dream and they brought depository regulation, and then the world started changing. And then we were earlier, as he said rightly, we were only record keepers. Who is the owner? That was the only work we used to actually as a repository do. But today if you see what happens is, we have moved in the forefront. You can see that pre-execution level, like even if it is IPO, whether it is a transaction happening off market or on market, everywhere the OTP, everything, validations have come, which today repository is providing to the market. And based on that, the trust in the system is getting built, and we are moving onwards. You can see, look at the account opening after COVID happened, and you have seen the entire account opening has moved to digital forefront. So in merely few hours, the accounts are getting open, and because of this entire trust got built in the system by all the MIs, and of course, depositories have participated in that. We have seen the number of new investors which are joining in the system have really multifold. I think that is the success of this entire regulation, which has actually brought in more discipline, more trust in the market. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you so much. Yes, ji.
So first of all, happy Deepavali to all of you and all your investors as well. I think we are all here because of the investors, and it is my duty as a CRO to see that my investors are safe, right? And investor protection is there. So I generally see like I align with the SEBI goals, the development of the markets as well as the investor protection. Because finally, if the investor is protected, he will come back again to the market and invest more, right? So that is how SEBI's two goals, which people think are kind of contradictory, like if you protect the investor, then how will you develop the market, is kind of a misconception. If the investor is there in the market, he is investing more, we are all happy, right? So as a CRO, actually, I would always like to see that the investor is protected. There is no kind of misconception in the market. We are able to service the investor the best, and that is what something we are actually looking at, right? And I think that is one of the things which has actually changed the market, is that even the brokers, the DPs are actually now looking at the investors. They are coming up with the new models. They are able to take kind of more risks in the models and trying to work upon for the benefit of the investors, right? So that is the change in the mindset which has actually come in the community. It is partially because of the economy growing, as well as because of the SEBI's regulation, because that has actually instilled the trust in the investors. And trust is something which will actually help the intermediaries who want to stay here for long term, right? So that's the thing which has actually changed from earlier days to now, is that the community, the broker community, the DP community is here to stay for long, and they want to serve the investor. So rather than leaving on the first line regulators like us or the regulator SEBI, they are themselves having their own procedures, policies, stricter rules. Sometimes we find during inspection that the rules at the DP end are actually much more stricter than what we have prescribed, which is a very good thing, right? So we always look out for those kind of policies and procedures at the intermediaries and try to see that we are able to get them into our own set of regulations in the policies, procedures, and are able to kind of implement them for others as well. Because at the end of the day, these will only help in the growth of the industry, right? So I think that's the change which has actually come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So my new question set two, which was in my mind is, you are the CROs, and the buck stops at you effectively. कुछ गड़बड़ हुई तो. So what in terms, एक तो ना, once I had a fight with chairperson when she was WTM, and this is मतलब कि ये brokers बदमाश होते हैं. मैंने कहा मैम कुछ brokers बदमाश होते हैं, कुछ intermediaries बदमाश होते हैं. And she said yes, agree. So you'll notice wherever she speaks in public forum after that, she says, we have some bad apples. So that is a very important acknowledgement. So, and यदि business होगा, लोग होंगे, तो कुछ तो नालायक होंगे. It can't, we can minimize it, making zero is impossible. So in this context, if I ask you, this is open question, anybody can take it, you can choose not to take it. What keeps you awake at night? As a CRO, in terms of intermediary behavior, कि ये क्या करे? And I think it's a learning for us. The more we know about the concerns, the more we as an industry can change or modify our behavior or give some comfort. So it's an open question, anybody and whoever would like to take it.
Before you concluded the question, I picked up the mic. You know why? We, as CROs, are getting brickbats from all stakeholders, and all the time we are at the receiving end. It's very important for us to sleep well, and I assure on all of our behalves that we sleep well at night, so that we are geared up for the brickbat. Having said that, Diwali time hai, what keeps us awake at night is noise and silence, both keep us awake at night. What do I mean by noise? And you know, over a period of time, noise has increased in terms of crackers because the power of crackers have gone up. Same is the case with our market. Any kind of noise, whether it is the social media noise, whether it is a noise relating to fraud, whether it's technology failure at the member broker end, whether it is the cyber related, data leakage related, and investor safety related issues, high volatility in market, some scripts running away beyond what is expected, everything and anything which is outside the normal range keeps us awake on the noise side. So noise side you all understand, but you are now wondering what will I say on the silence side. There are people who are active, suddenly go silent. There are people who are complaining all the time, suddenly go silent. That means something is cooking at their back office, something is cooking at the end. What it could be? Will it all balloon into a big problem and land on the entire market system? And is there something that we do not know? How do we get the inside information? Why suddenly something has become noise and something has become silent? Both of these worries. Compliance is like a oxygen for a human body. When it is present, nobody recognizes. When it is absent, you are dead. When it goes high, you know you have to be in hospital. So that is how I would describe what keeps us awake.
So taking ahead what Kamala ji said, we just discussed that we have come a long way. I would say last 4 years, we have brought in lot of changes, regulatory changes, whether it is in terms of pledge repledge, whether it is pay invalidation, or it is doing all the clients settled on one day, which was a nightmare on October 7th, 2022. We all thought, how will it happen? But it happened. And next day there was a press release. I think it was a commendable work by all of us, where we settled almost 31,000 crore in a day, and crores of investors. So this kind of regulatory changes we have brought in. But when we talk about, again, what makes us awake, I feel there is still a need. We are 1,300 odd brokers, or max 1,400 brokers. And we have done a lot of structural changes, regulatory changes in this space to make investor assets more protected. We tried to bring in more and more preventive steps into this, so that there is no actually way to misutilize or misappropriate anything. Now, when we talk about authorized persons who are the agents for brokers, who are many in numbers, this sometimes wakes us awake. Why? Because morning when you get up, you find one just headline in the newspaper, someone has just ran away with lots of money. And you start receiving calls from where? Everywhere. From ministry, from SEBI, from internal management, who that person is, whether he's AP or not, who broker he's associated with. So there are a lot of questions which comes, and you have to give answer to all of those. I feel there is a need for all of us to deliberate. We have a beautiful forum, ISF, where we all are coming together and deliberating it. There is a need to rethink whether there is any improvement required in this framework, so that all of you, all of us also can sleep peacefully. Thank you.
Anita.
I'll just say that, Kamala ma'am did say that as CROs, we all need to sleep very well, and I agree, because that's where the rest and recuperation comes in. But let me borrow from Citibank's tagline, the city that never sleeps. I'll say from CC's perspective, CCs never sleep. And that I would say really for the systems and not for the CROs, because if systems are running well, the markets are running well, any overnight volatility is, taken care of, our risk managements are robust. That is very important. The other thing would be, Kamala may already covered this, about the cyber threat, which is, reality, unfortunately, in today's times. It would also be, there is so much of interdependability, between all the intermediaries, all the MIs, that any technical glitch anywhere, that could really, give us a lot of grief. And of course, there could be disruption in the market. Another thing which I would say is really, how are our members, how are they having their internal controls? Because if we look at the, the proverbial fraud triangle, they may be good, but what they say, halwai ki dukaan hai, there is so much of money and asset. Any truant employee at the member's side, are they really able to control that? Are there any good, very good controls over there, internal controls? And fraud triangle really is, one, anybody having a motivation. The second point being about, is an opportunity, because that is where the lack of control and supervision will come in. And the third really being rationalization. वो employees सोचेगा अरे इतना पैसा है थोड़ा ले लिया तो क्या है इतना तो खर्चा करते हैं so what if I take little from it. So that fraud triangle is aspect which we'll be really careful of. And of course where we are looking at our big members who are managing bulk of the business, so they really have to be very, very strong, because one of them going little loose, that will really could give us potentially sleepless nights.
Thank you so much. Seema.
मैं माहौल बदलूं थोड़ा?
हाँ जी.
Actually मैं सोच रही थी कि what I wanted to say is that constantly walking on the path of fire is what keeps me awake. और मैंने जब ये words अपने मन में बोले, constantly walking on the path of fire, इसको हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? अग्निपथ. और इसी वर्ड पे हरिवंश राय बच्चन जी की एक बहुत प्रमुख कविता है, उसकी एक पैरोडी करती हूँ हरिवंश राय बच्चन से माफ़ी मांगते हुए. आप मेरा साथ देंगे? सर माफ़ी चाहती हूँ, थोड़ा सा सेबी का भी रहेगा, साथ दीजिएगा. कंप्लायंस के घड़े भरे कंप्लायंस के घड़े भरे पेनल्टी सब लगा रहे, कंप्लायंस के घड़े भरे पेनल्टी सब लगा रहे। एक तरफ ब्रोकर खड़ा, एक तरफ ब्रोकर लड़ा, एक तरफ से भी खड़ा, एक तरफ ब्रोकर लड़ा, एक तरफ से भी खड़ा। मत लगा, लगा बड़ा, मत लगा, लगा बड़ा। सब मिल आ खड़े कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर के परे, सब मांग ले आए कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर के परे। वो कहे मांग मत, मांग मत, मांग मत। अग्निपथ साथ दीजिए, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ। अगली पंक्तियों में बोलूं एक और पैरा, शौकीन हूँ। अगली पंक्तियाँ एक्चुअली कोई खास पैरोडी की ज़रूरत नहीं है। तू न थकेगा कभी, ये सब हमारे लिए है। आप ये कल्पना कीजिए कि सेबी एक्सचेंजेस से और एक्सचेंजेस आपसे कह रहे हैं तू न थकेगा कभी, तू न रुकेगा कभी, तू न थकेगा कभी, तू न रुकेगा कभी। नॉन कंप्लायंस भी तू न करेगा कभी, नॉन कंप्लायंस भी तू न करेगा कभी। खा शपथ, खा शपथ, खा शपथ। अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ। अगली जो पंक्तियां हैं, ज्यादा हो गया तो बंद कर, इसमें कोई पैरोडी की जरूरत नहीं है।
आज सब खाली आप ही को सुनना चाहेंगे आफ्टर दिस।
ये तो मानिए हरिवंश राय बच्चन जी ने हमारे लिए ही लिखा हो। महान ये दृश्य है, कल्पना कीजिए कि महान दृश्य जो है सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट का ग्रोथ है। महान ये दृश्य है, चल रहा मनुष्य है, मनुष्य हम सब हैं, इंटरमीडिएरी स्टेक होल्डर्स। महान ये दृश्य है, चल रहा मनुष्य है। अगली पंक्तियां बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, ध्यान से सुनिएगा। महान ये दृश्य है, चल रहा मनुष्य है। श्वेत रक्त अश्रु, अश्रु श्वेत रक्त से, अश्रु टीयर्स, यू नो द फ्रस्ट्रेशन के जो हमारे टीयर्स है, श्वेत स्वेट मेहनत की जो हमारा पसीना है, और रक्त पैशन, वी ऑल हैव दैट पैशन फॉर द सिक्योरिटी मार्केट, राइट? सो अश्रु श्वेत रक्त से लथपथ, लथपथ, लथपथ। अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ। यही अग्निपथ है जो आपको, हमको, सबको रात को जगाए रखता है, समटाइम्स फॉर गुड रीजंस एंड समटाइम्स फॉर बैड। सो वी वेक अप इन नाइट्स फॉर गुड रीजंस आल्सो।
Thank you so much, Seema. That was really amazing. One more round of applause here. बनता है. So, even Vashni ji is smiling, so you got away with it. Anyways, I'll move to my last set of questions. This is something my members keep on asking. अब क्या होने वाला है? ठीक है? अब because we actually sometimes refer to SEBI as a regulatory startup. जिस स्पीड से चेंज लाते हैं एंड जो बस अब ये करते हैं एंड एवरी चेंज हमें लगता है हम नहीं कर पाएंगे और कर लेते हैं, बोला सब खत्म हो जाएगा और हमारे बिजनेस में एक जीरो और लग जाता है। पेनल्टी में भी, बट बिजनेस में भी लगता है, एंड ओवरऑल बिजनेस इज मोर देन पेनल्टी, सो इतना कोई फाइट नहीं है। हैविंग सेड दैट, इफ आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू, यू आर द टीम, एज द लास्ट सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, आपने बहुत मार्केट देखा है एंड आप बहुत क्लोज हो रेगुलेटरी थिंकिंग के, इंटरमीडिएट थिंकिंग के, इंटरनेशनल डेवलपमेंट्स के, एवरीथिंग। इफ आई आस्क यू टू डेयर टू ड्रीम और गेज इनटू अ क्रिस्टल बॉल एंड से कि in next 3 to 5 years, these are the fundamental changes that may come. It's not necessary it will. Which it could come, it may not come, but ये भी हो सकता है. If we try to dream, what are the few things that come in your mind? Because again, I'll quote my papa. He says कि बेटा तू 7 साल के लिए कोमा में चले जा और तू उठेगा ना, पूरा कैपिटल मार्केट का स्ट्रक्चर बदल चुका होगा. भय, लोभ, ठीक है, ग्रीड फियर वो चलता रहेगा, वही सट्टा चलेगा, वही ट्रेडिंग चलेगी, लेकिन द वे ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस विल ड्रामेटिकली कीप ऑन चेंजिंग. So if somebody, again it's open question for those who want to take it, if somebody would like to take it. Anita, yes.
थैंक यू. ज्योतिष तो नहीं है बट वील ट्राई. आई थिंक जैसे मैंने शुरू में कहा कि किसने कब सोचा था कि ऐसा टाइम आएगा कि पेपर नहीं रहेगा, फिजिकल पेपर नहीं, डीमैट रहेगा, स्क्रीन बेस्ड ट्रेडिंग रहेगी, T+1 होगा, T+0, अब इंस्टेंट की भी बात हो रही है. सो इट्स I would say very difficult for anybody to predict because finally, as Vaishali and I were talking, it's called the VUCA world, which is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So that's the world we are in. So if we are in that world, ideas की कोई कमी नहीं है. What we had never thought of, कभी सोचा नहीं था, dream नहीं किया था, वैसा कुछ product आ सकता है. So what is it that we can really be? Just be nimble-footed, be agile, go with the flow, be ready to adjust, be, resilience होना चाहिए. And what else can I really see is, I think, explosion of investors. We are looking at, pre-COVID jitne less than 5 crore demat accounts, aaj 17 crore hain. So there is a new population of investors coming, younger population. They have a different way of working. They want new products. They want something really different. So that innovation aspect will come in. Then, of course, RegTech, SupTech, compliance. I'll again borrow from, SEBI chair's words that compliance should be like a low hum in the background, just like we breathe. So that is going to be there. The cost of compliance, cost of technology, that has to be taken into account. So there could be, where then of course with the direct payout, I would say that members always feel कि बहुत time जाता है compliance में. But अब जब ये हो जाएगा direct payout हो जाएगा, तो there'll be some time freed up कि आप business पे focus कीजिए, यहाँ पर ये intermediaries कर देंगे. So I see it going that way.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to give you a small news article which I have been noticing often. You also must have noticed that RBI is discussing with the banks why growth of FD fixed deposit is going down. And they are also hinting it that, okay, people are moving to capital market. So this is where the other regulator, the biggest regulator, is now worried what is going to happen, that the entire flow is going here. And as rightly everybody has said, the trust, confidence has gone up. Now we are talking about Janadhan and Demat accounts. So you can see the explosion which is going to happen in the market, and the numbers, they'll speak for themselves in future as well. And I think with this kind of changes and regulatory, even this regulatory function we will completely move to RegTech, SupTech, and I'm sure all of you are already adapting to that, but that will prevail, is what I feel.
Thank you so much. Kavita.
I just feel like an oracle, regulatory oracle kind of thing. So,
Regulatory oracle is the right word, yes.
But I feel broking, my crystal ball says that broking is evolving. Of course, it will, regulations will get tighter where it needs to be tightened and will evolve. But more so, the whole purpose is to build trust of investors, as Yash said. And SEBI's role, our role is more towards investors. So now there are, apart from brokers, which has become a highly cleansed area now, but there are mushrooming of various other practices, and SEBI's role comes in where there are different types of menace or nuisances that affect investors. So I would feel that in times that go, तो IA regulations आया, RA regulations आया, हो सकता है किसी तरह का TA regulations आए, and I mean trading academies which teach investors, and वो लोभ जो हट गया, अब वो लोभ वापस recreate हो रहा है. At least during my tenure as compliance officer, even on that side of the table, I have had so many clients coming and complaining that we lost money because we were enticed into these trading strategies, and we were told this four-legged strategy है. किसी ने ये नहीं बोला कि 3 unwind कर सकते हैं, चौथा leg unwind नहीं होगा तो आप you could still lose money. So they shared user IDs and passwords with the trading academies and so-called trainers. And as a stockbroker also, I felt helpless, and I just sent the contact details to SEBI. As an exchange also, I would feel the same way, and just send those contact details to SEBI that we find these errant practices that are going on. So ये हम देख रहे हैं कि शहर में मशरूमिंग ऑफ दीज प्रैक्टिसेस हो रहा है, और ये शायद एक अनरेगुलेटेड एरिया है विच पॉसिबली कुड गेट रेगुलेटेड. एंड I see that expression on your face. And I have another thought that I feel is also these kind of apps, fake apps. SEBI receives a lot of complaints, I'm aware of that. Exchanges receive a lot of complaints, and investors, the whole idea, the broking industry came up the hard way, coping with so many regulations just to build investors' trust. And to see that now there are some elements outside the industry which are again diluting the trust that was created with great effort. So I feel that there would be a lot of action on that space as well.
Thank you so much.
I just want to react only
Yeah, Ramesh.
shortly to what Uttam said finally. Suppose you are going into coma for 6 years and you come back, okay, then a lot of things would have happened. I just want to summarize that with the current feeling that, okay, the business and complaints, they are divergent, they are on two different sides, that feeling may gradually grow. And tomorrow there'll be a situation when complaints is a part of your life. And that integration is definitely, we are seeing, and it's going to happen. So irrespective of the multiple number of regulations that will come in, there may be some flaws here and there, but I think this integration is a thing. So I feel that, okay, after these 3-4 years or whatever period, business will grow, complaints also will be together. So the feeling that, okay, complaints is somewhere and this is somewhere, that for us, that will gradually rise.
अब तो आदत सी हो गई. Anyways, yes जी.
So just one thing which I want to highlight is that like Uttam also mentioned, SEBI is also kind of doing the things like a startup, right? So as a startup, technology is something which is actually going to come like a tsunami, right? So we have already seen a lot of automations and all those things are being prescribed by SEBI, and we are also trying to adopt to all those new technologies. So that is something which is going to come, and maybe after 5 years, it might be like real-time inspections, real-time surveillance, real-time account opening, everything will be there, right? And actually, if you see now the recruitment at SEBI, they are actually recruiting more engineers than the chartered accountants. So which actually you can see that what is the direction. And we are also trying to adopt, all the MIs are actually working towards the same goal as to how we can actually bring in more safer and faster technologies for the investors and for the betterment of the market. So that is something which is actually going to come, and it will not be very far off. In fact, in the near future, we all would be seeing that only.
Thank you so much. So, सोचो क्या होगा? That should be interesting. So we have had this insight. So with this, may I call the panel? Anybody else has any thoughts? कि we can call the panel to an end? Because ये तो सब बोलेंगे भाई बार कब खुल रहा है? ज्ञान तो सुन लिया, but अभी थोड़ा time और है. So on behalf of the intermediate community and behalf, अच्छा Kamla, yes, sorry.
Your statement was, what is your dream for next 5 years?
Yes, please.
So compliance is a how part of it. Dream is about what part of it. So I would say my dream is 2047 we are saying Viksit Bharat. So can we imagine, dreaming me there is no boundary conditions. So dreaming me, can we imagine few of our Indian market indices becoming globally popular, attracting global attention? Can we have more and more contribution from our end to the Indian economy and the growth? How portion we can very later, once we wake up from our dream, we can always crystallize. On behalf of all the MIAs, Uttam and BBF, I thank from bottom of my heart for giving us this opportunity, thinking of us to be on this stage and talking to all of them. But we are doing it on a Diwali celebration day, makes me little odd, but still, you thought it's a good thought to do so. Thank you so much. Thanks to all the member community who patiently heard us.
ये दिवाली हमारे लिए सबसे अच्छी होगी क्योंकि कंप्लायंस में आई एम श्योर एवरीबडी हु इज ऑन द स्टेज विल एग्री, हमें गालियों की आदत है, तालियों की नहीं. इस बार आपने हमें गालियां नहीं तालियां दी हैं.
So in fact,
and just to add what Kamla ji said, 2047 and all, can we also dream one thing, that there should be time to come when all of us are not required to monitor the compliances?
ना हो पाएगा.
You know, the best way to predict the future is to create it. That's what Peter Drucker says, and I think that's completely.
Thank you so much. In fact, when you mentioned Diwali dinner, 2022, the first day of quarterly settlement is when we had Diwali dinner. तो सब सेटलमेंट कर करके दौड़ दाड़ के आए थे. आधे लोग बोले भी हम नहीं आ सकते, पागल हम संभालना है. So it has been quite a lot of interesting experience. So again, on behalf of the community, thank you very much, CROs. You don't have an easy job. अभी आप नीचे उतरेंगे तो कम से कम हर आदमी बोलेंगे मैम मेरा वो एक मैटर पेंडिंग है, सर वो यार ये कर लो सर, which is okay. This is also a chance to get things. But really appreciate you coming, joining, sharing your thoughts. CROs are very serious people. But being candid is also an act of bravery, I must say. Because मन की बात बोलना भी आसान नहीं होता. So thank you so much. I will request a group photo of the panel with WTM ji, Nehal bhai, Sundar sir, Vaishali ma'am, all MI heads, please could you join us? And Chairman of BPF, Anup ji Gupta, please, आप भी आ जाइए.